Okay, it's dried up now. Logan's happy with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this rounded edge file and we're just going to go down the bow. Now I like to bring the skin just a little bit back in so that it's not on the very edge. The reason being, the string, if it travels down the limb, will catch on it every now and then. So if you bring it back in just a little bit, when you true oil that thing, you can just, or if you use tongue oil, either way, you're going to get a good coat over it. Won't be an issue. So all we do is try to keep it even down through there and just handle, obviously he's got small hands and it's a kid's bow, so I'm going to use sinew for to lace this thing up. So just take some off here, cut it off. I need a new razor blade on my knife. Okay, now you can lace, you know, I'm no expert at lacing. You can use whatever method you want. I like to, you want to use the same pattern of course, or you'll notice it down through there. I like this first one to be an outside lace, so I put it on both ends. Just make sure that you keep up with where you're at and how you're, if you go over the top end of the holes or under the bottom. Just camera focused in where you can just watch the handle. What I want to do is bring it up and see, just make sure we got plenty of room. I'm even going to go ahead and tighten it up just a little bit so that I don't have quite as much play. Okay, be able to get that on. Don't want it to get too tight because you got to work around that glue, and then we'll just leave it right here. Now I'll get the top on 3. And what we're going to do, again, we haven't finished the bow, so we'll put a generous portion of glue on, especially on the back side. Not putting as much on the area where the lacing is going to take place. We can use super glue around these edges too later on, so we can always come back to that. We can always clean up around the edges after we're done as well. Okay, got the glue up there. Let's just ease it on. Okay, you really want to make sure that this top side, you want to keep it even on the back, but you want to make sure you get it where you want it. If it's a little bit high on the shelf, that's better than low, because you can always file it down or trim it down. And you got time with this Titebond, so just take your time to get your lacing dressed up good. So I don't put that much glue on the back side, so that I'm not fighting glue when I'm trying to lace. Now, what you're going to see is sometimes you'll get too much in here, too close, which got just a little bit there, so we want to tighten this thing down more under that rest. And this sinew is strong. If you're not careful, you'll break your leather before you'll break your sinew. There we go. I'm going to tie this off. Again, some people are really intricate with this, and you know, a larger lacing looks nice and everything, but his hands are tiny, so I don't want large lacing. I want this to be fairly small for him. I just tied a square knot there to hold that, and then we can just put some beads or something on these and lace them up and leave it decorative. So I'm going to leave these where they're at right now. I'm just going to try to get some of this glue off. Go to the other side and take a look at it. We'll take sandpaper and go back and work that. And again, we can take, you know, clear super glue, go around these edges and just make sure that it's down nice. But it's going to work well for his hand. Okay, what I'm going to do is now everything's wet, so I want it to dry nice, and so I'm going to put this in the hot box, and I'm going to let it sit a few hours in the hot box, go shoot a while, and then we'll pull it out.